enu etime kosono oma boma kumaku 8 emu pa ene adjesa PSG enso etime luso enti sa woni PSG esia kan se oba ofie aye kane anasem po obani fie kane na se de scholar ne be kwakwa bia no return lake no aye na ye den adema opponenta wonom atane PSG enso etimi tasia enam se 8 matches no walusu makuma kumienu wa win 5 and wa draw back pe enra enso na draw na eno etime course no ene ye den wasam no ede mete for before aye coach no am in the second leg encounters na eno aye between PSG and it is opponenta omu etina kano no bomba kumaku 10 Omalusuma kumaku 8 nasa return legs no ayana ya some kese ye pa and some let men ma pia do kai say Man United kura yo mubi Barca so ayo mubi na chese o win first leg no kura na imagine say na some score and bia or the be win kwana tin say wonom ebetima to so and so etima kwakọ qualifier and no any jeffrey oba ye den one some no and some let me Twitter unim say PSG team no oru na ne team Marcos Korea, Makenya Seno or Tuatana de Matim no in the knockout stage. Edema PSG, Oka Omo Masa more goals. Edema PSG team na Otoso Makumaku and 9 and a Branchano Etoso. And I'm saying the knockout stage, you know, Kylian Mbappe as a 14. Edema PSG, Zlatan SS6, Edema PSG. And what did Desari Dway SS6 and my team no and Marcos Korea and from that SS6 in the knockout stage and my Champions League no and your doing some no and from that in your Twitter and what the coach no and your coach Twitter and it's a 2 teams in PSG ebetimesia amedia to just say likely as obesia Chelsea and as obesia PSG no and play ubeka me be to that catch say court is 2 teams in no ukosia omwa eyana chese game no eden and so etim edemo and now for emotionally so Barcelona team ne dana kuma so and yan front to just say usia Chelsea so I just a PSG eyana no me and sana team no and some that me say aye Chelsea bobo kono owura ne sa to so a ose mfantoja and some that says amuso on to so dia and ye dobetimi aka and some of professor wonom ebesia aye Chelsea and so to say ebia Barcelona team no and bia so etimi akosintene obetu so Chelsea as a Chelsea team no and some then obetimi sia and bia so etimi akoso and I'm said the better option and the more PSG say aye Chelsea bobo ko bi ko Barca team no omu bobo papa your confidence and no Barcelona team no nasa usia Barca and say your club and some that is a PSG ubetima senemum Chelsea there and no ebetima boa and a PSG team no and no maso etimia kosoa and yes Malu Enrique Martinez and some that in your Twitter you don't want some no and you met for Real Madrid and some that it as a Benfica and Martinez was na Jose Timi young wadio Andra na America kato say ida say owura no ebesen hotel are game no announce sa presidential boxer madi media to just o mesiesi o and some that in German no emu ba ko and Mourinho be kwa kwatena no some that game no enti before and yet as a presidential boss wo e jama owura ne say o metena say e masa tam enuane pa Masa omedia si owura nanim se omedi ensuo kakra ensa kakra enuane snacks and at so omedia so owura namedi edu time aye Benfica team no enso ewura eno aye stadium a omukobu sa se Jose way o mametena o se Jose Akabas no se Jose Akabas nim se adan Jose Mourinho se obehwe game no Barca nim and yes na wo Jose pa de be na we parking lot and akotena akwa game no se e one no sa game no anything or you iPad and after 30 minutes fie after some television and my game na cost no Jose I was stadium around Nam our parking lot one on iPad and then Jose Mourinho and some na game no Emanoma etime akosani Jose ediano no na media Twitter ema musuma timiate ewe dwumade ne so na enra Jose Mourinho sa time omuye game onim say omu team bus no enso debe do omu hotel honum no Jose Mourinho esi free Madrid anase Benfica omu team bus ni ma wanko hotel straight ono enso de supporters at that time na omu tesia after na omu to omu pe autographs no okosinsan bi enso de medima Madrid omu supporters no any bi twetwa pictures eno aye selfie enso de me koso na Mourinho kwada ne nim DSA adia tiyam onsa no paya ena Benfica team na from hotel na omako from bus ako airport omako kato omo flight no omo som letime to ako Portugal Jose Mourinho esore no paya na ofiri aye team no hotel akwatena ne bus ni ma se de wasie muna no na supporter ba ko Fred Jose so and at Facebook ka Jose ebia ka wapia no de enka autograph bia no pay ka for beto so and some let me maya Jose Fred Jose dan ni hwe ni ma na chese watwi nani Jose emuna enti anim de course on aduna Jose Mourinho after sem eno na to ono asensan autograph sadima supporters at that time no more to anopedie when fee supporters no after sanom ani defu oba yet this story no e dia to eno ade bi sie Emma Madrid for na dwene wa mu ntiase ni nyina ni sem eno at that time ya ba be start game anopasa brese ya eno betu just Madrid associates no and ya betu just I was omuma stadium ho and some done bonsam game edema Benfica team no and just a Benfica team no eso boma ombe huru omu eme wiase nyina hu eme bia so atimi akoso yes game na say Madrid supporters eye makumaku 80,000 eye more than 80,000 supporters Benfica and about 3,000 supporters and the bastard in Tomono na omo popo triaki tuabi and a Benfica supporters no akote yesterday game na Benfica supporters omo 3,000 no omo no ya den and you tell Real Madrid supporters omu 80,000 and it is Vinicius Esoboma na omu huru no and you Benfica supporters no Vinicius touch a baller no omu huru no say hey na yanwan saying and how many say are you Benfica supporters 3,000 Abba Santiago Bernabeu one pa na aye supporters see anwa day and you tell Real Madrid supporters omu gu aye stadium ho ntino na ya manfo nwa and some let me cause yet this story, you know, and some let him there to before game the best masa and to be a swine I have Benfica supporters and in Madrid a police no Emma Tessa Contibai omutimidi num nipa be tre no munyina gu fom antasam supporters so muntiase na supporters sorry no mo say taje e wo police foi so na police foi editor so mo sildi na tasam o mo de gade o mo de gade mo de kontiba na num antasam supporters no enu abasa na nyasam ketwa kran ewo aye Santiago Bernabeu ho ai na mete class supporters ntoto na and some the player and right omo receive treatment and me bia so etime koso na sa incident and etime koso obi ene ne ba and some na stadium omo na daso no akura keto na du mre bi no na just akura na tuasum na homete no esa de na asie no o bi dam esa ye kwakọ game na supporters and police and so e dia face so e me du mre bi supporter no and this one a crack to a cra after some and better to say oh was I do a bit no and some day traumatizer and no and it just a different bar yet this our story no and you to the matisa Real Madrid team no ever from to side the Falcrano and your papa Sam Omia Benfica as supporters nemum Omeko Portugal nemum Dematem and it's Omnia's game piano where you met me to San Eddie Afre and no air test our crown no papa no more about the game nibi and bia so etimi akosua yet this our story no adia to Javini fa wa uni pa Vinicius Junior to Facebook no so mamina menya no adwuma anopeya emfama mo se se ameka se killer Mbappe we pra and into annual game no when Timensia can inform a team no answer na kwameko Vinicius no for Mbappe able to know to Facebook no so emame na yentine hon komanam say when I test say Nike and I yes boot no and some that me jama owura ne tin ade killer Mbappe atesa no ani defru oba wey aye Mercurial Superfly and Air Max Plus 7 and atesa Mbappe ekobasa no hoto na boot way and on ebe jam dia sia kan edema Madrid Rimari etim no emanoma etim akos Mercurial aye Superfly and Air Max Plus 7 and aye boot Mbappe edebe sia kan sa no hoto na enom ani defru oba yade sa story in your Twitter and no pay make us all-time top scorers edema Real Madrid team no our Champions League obeka Ronaldo 105 goals, Karim Benzema 78 goals, Raul Gonzalez Blanco 66 goals, Alfredo Di Stefano 49 goals, Ferran Puskas 35. Uyo no so Oweko Vinicius Junior so and I'm saying Vinicius 32 goals was time a gentle was sign home and tene wababa ya 6 player wano ase more goals and them Real Madrid team no ayet the next site no aye Ferran Puskas enti se Kobase Vini ase 2 goals and I said, also 3 goals, what tie with Ferran Puskas, also 4 goals, we sign home, and no, any Jeffrey Oba, yeah, this our story, no, and some let me on Twitter, Cecilia Mekas, Vinicius Junior, almost a player in the last 8 seasons here, one no any go more goals contribution, and will knockout stage. Our Champions League in Ayonwa, and I'm saying, oh boy, Jumapa, after some Vinicius Junior, I had the last 8 seasons in a one as a 14 goals, as I saw 12 assists, and the man Champions League knockout stage way, and your group stage the same way, I knockout stage a whole, and not as a Cassian Bano, I yes, our time no, and a Vinny, and whom was for the last year, and Kawadi Barondono, and Duru Sabrebisena, and a Vinicius Junior, and some letting sorry ya wano abeje atse kaka krabisanka wano aje Ballon d'Or adiasi nasunto urano or a big game player and we are seeing and some let me wa ya this our story no and some let me ya Twitter Cecilia Milkase on Ronaldo on say Vinya 26 years na in a Champions League Ronaldo enya 26 years no na was 26 goals at the amount just a Real Madrid and some Manchester United and they are Vinicius and so enya 26 years no one no as 32 goals and a Vinicius Junior and some that me say the last 5 matches Vinicius Alvano what now at the Matima, Niti at the Real Madrid, Ose go at the Rayo Vallecano, over 2 goals at the Real Sociedad, Ose go at the Benfica, Osase go at the Osasuna, and then Osanson that Watana, at the Benfica Timna, where I had the best runner, Oranon, and so at Miaka, and no any Jeffrey Oba, Yadis Asamno, and some let me out Twitter, Unim said in knockout stage, Media Twitter, so was 14 goals, no, Neyman. I said 13 goals in knockout stage, you know, and to see America's Orano and some less name at the so-called Brazilians or more ever Champions League one any player in the knockout stage, you know, or no as a more goals and no any Cassensama if you finish Junior also about 2 no at the matter for and no say go no or Sansu could Diasa Asano and a day in Sensambaya, a Kobasa Gianluca Prisciani, allegedly, and a Kotu Das Oya Dreno, and I want some no, and I to Genra, and just our time of year, and I got to IG. I said dance. I said the dance continues. And I said first leg, you know, Asano and a Dasuano, and a second leg, you know, Asa, and I said that Asiano, and Orano, Ose Gola Osa, and I said no any Diaba, Oyero Sarako to IG, and it said showing the banner, not to racism and Vinicius Junior Etienne Yadia Twitter na Yakubusa Julian Lescott SM and Vinicius Sese Kono or no Essa celebrity and no Sinania Tepa SNRA Vini Essa celebrity or Saye because I didn't any console through one also so to Yase SM ISS racism sense and no course over to me to us here at your filo and Tinaniate as a Vinicius Junior and so etim sa biema enom ane tese de flo ba ye de sa story no and some that me Twitter e ma so matimati aye e wo Madrid yam konsem from now fay yam fansem no ento so e ma te form te so no e ma bia so enkoso kama se America say Arsenal the Gunners Arsenal team no masa omania brepa batansana meko Arsenal so no whiskey bra na yani san komo unim se ye de Twitter Emma don sama kwa bomu jase enkabeya Osimhen nka omra enom a Premier League nim only there's a Chelsea crown obeba omra be coaching anasa omesia kan enfama Chelsea bobo kono eme bia so entime nkoso eno da ose go ensom datimi sa to so ede man of the matter eno etime course na Benny McCarthy onsem emre bi na ono eye anda coach na ni din ede Ten Hag ono be strikers coach into no and another time now or coach Manchester and some strikers no and Benny McCarthy every revelation say I just saw time na or coachy and also or can I Ten Hag a backroom staff no Ten Hag and no near Baba started summer a transfer and on in the course say omo per striker a striker no Baba sia kai Eddie ama Manchester United Emma strikers so many 2 when no na Osimhen account artist ono krano and another time na Manchester United and your Brese Ometo and some Latimedina Banasa time no the entire Osimhen and yes not no ama Messina kind and from Manchester no AFCON ya because as I get to say unkoto 100 million pounds player and for them man me bobe 2-3 matches man o we are no eja say oko AFCON akwa baba no koba nesam we pra e dey na obeye and so that him for internunti and koba se Osimhen no Manchester under Ten Hag omo and so 90 million to enya sa pa dia and Kasabri America Sinka Osimhen esina kai and Manchester United Benny McCarthy and the Sansom were tutor.
If you spend 100 million on a player, you don't want to lose him for AFCON. And Victor Osimhen kind of name got scratched off. The verdict becomes like not worth it. It really does happen. I was working now at Man United. Eric Ten Hag said, Benny, you go on the board about the attacking players when we're looking to recruit. And Victor Osimhen was at the top of the list. He could be a great asset to the team. He scores goals. He works exceptionally hard. But when we sat there, one of the scouts brought it up, and we had to have that conversation about the AFCON. It was a big stumbling block and made me kind of sad as well, because I was like, my God, my whole career I wanted to represent my country because I'm African, and they need to respect that. But yeah, paying all that money for, he goes to AFCON, he gets injured, he comes back, and then 100 million down the drain.
And no, I say Benny McCarthy earlier Twitter said no cry. No war a Osimhen I want join Manchester United no their Twitter say AFCON India no and I'm a Manchester team no Anto Osimhen so time there Nanka oya dan Osimhen ba masa na mbemo mobile no omu ya dan o man kwa to player my amu joke can say we today. I know and it Benjamin Sesko so Diamantini say after Everton and as a Western Matter and now you buy your better cano Edema Manchester no after some game now no code Dubai no one kwanko didiano okoye training seriously Emma no maso etimeko so arches a training bakwa omu ya so ura no 2 minutes arches America o to no omu so mjiri say Everton no and no American be ono the best Everton team na Manchester team no and when it's game na no and at Facebook this one yeah this story no and some get me their Twitter and mama so matimati Arsenal team no say Arsenal move to me a jelly no amena ye anasa sempa ne city almost a sensa Mikel Arteta be coach Arsenal team no open between on a Pep there what down a top of the league no what does so pa Mikel Arteta adam more at the attempt Pep mom Mikel Arteta or your so for as obia don koko for no obi okofo bi so be reso no reso na temiente anti Mikel Arteta wadamon onye bakukura Pep no esenase no agema komako for at the city na so Declan Rice ase amfan Twitter ase onya bibi wonimu ase ofili bibi wonimu ase this year is Arsenal year after Sasantina ono enwonimu no ekompia so Arsenal team no ometime the titles and you see omuna so nyase bia or can keke or squad Arsenal team no krano yes our driver Arsenal team within that squad no ometim the trophy no ohum after or sense as this year eyomu year after so ometim the title and you see omuna so Declan Rice and this Arsenal Twitter we no same from Twitter and some that's a Carabao Cup no yes our final game and no because no and betim determine as Arsenal betim team a title no and you see omuna so anase Arsenal team no entime title no yeye no busan say yes say Ballon d'Or no kwa Robert Pires betu just say eyewo and also je ade si una so na Ballon d'Or na na kan fo no so player bia no was aso Obeka say the Ballon d'Or etagena na ni na ni je ese ne omni Ballon d'Or no etageno na mum se obetimi ate a egina eye Arsenal omuso team ni success say omotimi the titles ni mo Arsenal team ni je a ono ebetimi ate Ballon d'Or edi esini na so Declan Rice and the sansam no and some team ya Twitter ya dem ate for emamo so matimi ate e wotumeden so a ni nyina so latest sense kan ya de emamo and so so no so na boss one kasa unipa elemento yaso komezikwa Martina a man for take it one day am a man for no yaso de ne sa ni 2 minutes no normal line no yase take it na okura no nti onya take it na ne yaso de am politicians no any businessmen nti ono ne de 2 minutes Ati take it out matches ebe koso across stadium ante se ne Jalisco e o Mexico kromo no yesi take it out owono enye take it kutu akura nti se de na no o ka se police fo ne saafo no mo nyina no che se o mu nyina se botom ne ene kura ante so wura no o tomi ye pa ano ane de free oba ya this story na dey Twitter ene matches ebe koso and the matches because so Europa League no nti so pese ultra us now so dia number media Twitter for number no se na join yen channel no o join yen channel na ya us e de go now so etimi afa e me bia so no etimi akoso kama number no 0244 885 101 0244-885-101. Any number offer now so what join a tunnel no now so it make us ni binodi. Boss, let me sharp.
But I say, Governor, into.
Okay, boss player no Champions League no so Real Madrid to me qualify, Galatasaray to me qualify, PSG qualify, and also Atlanta to me the comeback at the January Stadium. It's a team friend Borussia Dortmund amaye say so na the same problem na persist so mo bo mo first leg wo fie no mo kobo second leg no wa we a omun to me and see it through the line no esi against PSG and as say access CBM against him your friend no Atlanta no be expect so to me qualify but boss player and to me anya possible Monaco started game ni got a couple of chances but we wasteful at least to me she go no as at 1-0 na tie no remaining intact for say PSG and Monaco obia ebe to me qualify but the red card that Koulibaly ekodi no e mane ye din e de mo say ombe to me I really our pack the princess etiet my friend PSG from set pieces to me 2 goals almost qualify at the quarter round of 16 Tima your friend of Juventus started first half very well even though so almost says some chances but to me an important goal and a Kelly Kwedi red card a controversial red card boss player upon review no obetumi debate say na undeserved that record but as a 3-0 omudi ram our extra time no na case Juventus etumi see it through etumi defend that lead normally call wiem our penalties no more head there the lottery system of the penalty no be able to me see but to me anya possible Victor Osimhen and Barış Yilmaz etumi nya those 2 goals they say anoki Juventus out of the Champions League. It is say the Italian clubs no aka Atalanta nkoa because Juve eko Tima your friend in Napoli eko and also Inter eko our Santiago Bernabeu no and once Real Madrid to me winning by 2-1 but play almost see of Benfica they say omo run into the round of 16 of the Champions League now a hono so much yeah hey etre no ma bebre about the Champions League and my own set Champions League you know o pesa ogia o pesa okoko wanima e so to me no ma yi and no ma ben and so ye ni because the Champions League, you know, upon the years I'm happening na my did you see at the normal 3 bia a woman to me call him a woman to me call the Champions League, you know. Some normal train, a tactics, a character, and also movements. Me say tactics, character, and also movements. Tactics, no game preparation, game management. A kwambe soon abe first redo opponents and I set it up. So game ne course na opponents ne ya tactical tweaks na man advantage a kwan best na also be first reacting with your own tactical tweaks. It tactics are very very important so opese utumije the Champions League. That is the first thing. Character no the mental and emotional control of the team. So who lead how do you mentally and control the situation of Abra who lead the game no. So who lose how do you mentally and emotionally control Abra Ulusuno? It mostly character because it is the ability to suffer in a game. Because in the Champions League, Sawan so far, you cannot win. And Nutina Ancelotti and Nutina Zidane, Omoje Champions League debut, we must know how to suffer. Because any debut na be control the game no. It's character no, and about how our players no able control mo, not just mentally but also emotionally by the situation of the game. It's a team no and no man here. I so to me stay in the game. You must suffer in the game. No I say a brand no my pekiama no to me win the game no. It's character important and also movement. Now movement no machemu into 4. No moment of brilliance. Say player be individually no one can say match no with no quality. Into no abeje ball no obebo pass bi obeye dribbles bi no akwa a defining game. Moment of madness. Say player be mistake bi obeye. Mistake no a unpressurized mistake. Any kwan say we no akwa some mistake no. Now done game no moment of madness. And I'm what transitional moment in the Champions League. So when you good work counter attacks and no say only good or counter attacks need the pa it's on the transitions no a movement in the Champions League. So when you good in the transitions Champions League need at the mouth and also your movement game and a more refereeing movement. Referee decision we obey taking no it means the entire picture of the game. It is how normal means some way I'm making tactics, character, movements, and about one more to me advancing to the next stage of the competition, not to me all the way through did the Champions League. And no match between Real Madrid and Benfica highlighted some normal means way in the first 15 minutes of the game, tactically Benfica were on top. And no man the mom. They were approaching game no. So pay the early goal. Putting pressure on Real Madrid. No man to me a tie no. Now I had the right thing and no more. And the starting 11 of Jose Mourinho. Say all those Prestianian starting. Come to me the Dodi Lukabaku you best starting. Obe to me the Cabral best starting. But obe including an extra midfielder in Richard Riosa. Or you good in between the lines. Or say a willing runner off the ball and on the ball. No. Boss player and also a boy team my friend Benfica ye. Etiyanche images no. Benfica a ball in a 3-2-5. Now because of Sir Richard Rios, I midfielder nintino or to me drop ba aba beka Frederick Antunes ho anase abrante friend Lucas Barrero ho our midfield wo emomunya 3 players etumi overload team my friend no Real Madrid a pivot no it's on the ball bibia na omuye no na aye plant na ebo omo off the ball we saw how they prepared to face team my friend Real Madrid a build up no the news says so omoma Real Madrid a build for Trent Alexander-Arnold ho a big problem they are because they know the ability of Trent on the ball. It is the force Real Madrid down Rudiger and Carrera side. No Manchester Real Madrid a ball long balls. In the first 15 minutes, it was working. Images in the end of that Facebook. No. Vangelis Pavlidis, the striker, ever cut a passing lane, or force Real Madrid towards the left hand side of Rudiger and Carreras. Real Madrid no hoba chiro mo ball long ball na Benfica peke no almost had the ball neighbor. It's the first 15 minutes na Benfica na dominating game no. Na Benfica na dominating game no. Images na ewo Facebook no Angela from Kumasi 96.1. It's a hand tactics off the ball. Kwan on first one nullify Real Madrid build up no A1. On the ball no a 3-2-5 structure against Real Madrid 4-4-4-2. Now with the 3-2-5 no 3 versus 2 of the front line no Emma team a friend Benfica and overload. So a 3v2 numerical overload here. A Kwame Suna Real Madrid will deal with that. Now Real Madrid the Valverde and the Coco press the outside centre back in that moment. That is down. It is a Valverde yana we say oh pusia kwada ho. Not that Jine who no face play. No pass match Shrodropa. Obenya a 1v1 against Trent. Now, so you 1v1 against Trent, not the ball you push it there. Situationally, you will get Benfica 5 on the last line against Real Madrid 4 on the defensive line. It's a 5v4 over Real Madrid 4 a back line. It's a 3-2-5 no. There's a 3v2 overload on the front line of Real Madrid. So Real Madrid for Madrid say umbe pressing with Valverde all jumping on any of the outside centre back. That is down now. Or possible no commercial dropper, a 1v1. Now, so slot drop jumbo no de qua, a 5v4 overload over Tima, your friend Real Madrid a backline. Now, some 5v4 nimuno, you were 2v1 overload against Real Madrid fullbacks because you were winger and you were a player or that have space. It's a 2v1 sao. It's Benfica were taking advantage of such situations. It's nice Real Madrid find ways to be. On the first way dealing with that overload now, Benfica for the young. It's a dear Real Madrid and say, Camavinga, and also Valverde, so Omo pressure, Omo Mobaba defending the space now fullback and it's a fullback and Estape to the winger. Me say, a corner Real Madrid for person dealing with that situation in the say, Omo for now, I won't feel in Chancha, that is Valverde and Camavinga. So I'm pressing high. Not a Benfica winger, need the ball. Now Real Madrid fullback is Tapua. Omo Adumani said they would defend the space in behind Tima Efreno. Real Madrid a fullback nechi. That was the plan and now Real Madrid air force would dealing with Benfica for overloads now. Na Omo Kretino. And so plan at the Benfica for go no at the buy. Benfica for making sure say Oma your homework, no. Oma reading the behavior of Real Madrid as centre backs, no. Makacho say Real Madrid centre backs, no. They like to jump higher. They be almost person almost tape. Almost tap a just space. Oh, mechi. Say just space for mechi there. You can use that space. And the to my friend Benfica F4 ego no. Bono, a switch at the bar that ditch one. We saw Carreras all jumping to that ditch. Now to defend the space now what Carreras said, you know. As a Camavinga mum echo slot at the call. Now Camavinga air slot to the call no. I open up a passing lane to Abrantia Yefrano, Richard Rios, because Chouameni share Barrero. It's a passing lane ABA. Now passing lane ABA dia Richard Rios now or you free in between the lines no. So bishano because Ujana or Jadano who I carry at your face back line. It's Rudiger. And then I be say or best pay. Or step up to Richard Rios there, about creating a gap in behind about your friend Rudiger for team and friend Benfica to use. It's with the 3-2-5 now Benfica for use. No. With Real Madrid responding to that 3-2-5, no, Benfica has advantage at the Ashego. And on that Facebook, no son. That is J and Carreras as tape. Space about that Carreras. I asked Camavinga in the 3 space, no. Now Kamavinga ko tua space na Vini my next image no. Abranti a friend of Richard Rios no obey free because nipa na obetua sa passing lane no ono na ya pulling no kwa wide no. Now see pulling no kwa wide dia passing lane na bie to infifi wo. Twamen nso to me kwa hwe sa player because or jump it to the pivot na dwuma no no. Now or jump it to the pivot there. Sa player now or in between the lines no free no. Esa Real Madrid for no hwe no. It is a Rudiger, a centre back, Yanko next image. And a jumping higher to a branch friend Richard Rios. Or jumping higher no. Tokro kakaka beda baby a Rudiger ejano. Benfica able to me yusu. Similar to the goal now Barcelona for additional last season and with the league and also the Super Cup. You can attract Real Madrid centre backs no and create gaps no you see those gaps. And within the first 15 minutes, now Benfica tactically they were outclassing Real Madrid within 15 minutes. And Ampere, they took advantage of that and this go. And to sound no mommy and son, I'm saying the Champions League, you know. Benfica tactics, no 15 minutes or they go. But in some say any tactics in the Champions League, you know. Na character any moment hianunti so nya character no so taking moment and send what to me Anoki will be out of the Champions League. Benfica to me anya say adwuma. And after some Benfica said on the 14th minute, Yankoche Kwanya Benfica for allow Real Madrid Amomotekano. They outshot Real Madrid. SG they were overperforming Real Madrid. Shot on target BBR for team friend Benfica. But one mistake, moment of madness. As a game no. A Jumana Benfica for year in the first 15 minutes in a time because of one moment of madness from Otamendi. What they born or carry born at the economy. Go back to me release the born in time at the amount and soonest and a barrel or one in channel. But they born in air economy. The last moment or they receive a pass in Viniquani money or be possible not say a branch of friend to a many. So possible on the church to a many dear. Real Madrid are on the transition. On bet we are taking advantage of that moment, no. And there is no team in the Champions League or epitomizing moments in the Champions League than team friend Real Madrid. Some moments now they take the moment, and not to the moon is a lack no and lack. Moments never the tower. Real Madrid will take that moment. And to a possible on the church to a many now. Real Madrid are on the transition. And within the next 2-3 seconds, Real Madrid the drew final third air go moment. At the first 15 minutes, status Benfica for Juman. But because of moment of madness from one single player, a Juman no in 15 minutes now, Papa. That is why Champions League in the moment, the character is important. At this stage, it's what to me hold on mentally and emotionally. At this stage, and you can also take it risk because you are away. What even time? It's in kakra. Next year, you must have second half na diaba. But Otamendi ball on the channel. Real Madrid are on the transition. Vinicius, my next image. And now I can't just say Mbappe missing the game. I want the positives and I want the negatives. Negative, on the the quality on the transition, Real Madrid be missing. But positives, with Gonzalo Garcia, you have a striker or you're willing to attack in behind center backs. No? It's a transition by the run from Vinicius and Gonzalo Garcia and pushing back line creating the space in behind for Tchouaméni so Babo Bonase. Maybe KB can Mbappe akwanya say adwuma. Menka say onye emphatically me say bia kwanya say adwuma because ye hu matches a ebi wo ha onye say adwuma. Chance no beto akire no Tchouaméni ahye because of the runs from Vinicius and Abranche friend Gonzalo Garcia. Two players omo pushing past 6 ekwachire ama tokura ba beda ho ama team friend Real Madrid ashe ebeye 1-1 ni wie no Benfica were still in the game but another moment and a sasa game no omo ball ni chair no Real Madrid pick a second ball no and no release Vinicius another transitional moment at the Champions League no so one TSS enye tactics nkwa na ebo a boss player emwo tactics is important. Moment is important, character is important. In the first 15 minutes, Benfica were a classing team friend Real Madrid tactically, but silly mistakes from Benfica players, and now moment to me and say team friend Real Madrid. Real Madrid for elbow ni bichano. Na Benfica mum ya chance na no abase. Real Madrid ye mistakes. de Benfica for ye ya ebi wo kra na ehu de abrante friend Barredo ekwen free Vinicius anim no de trauma na this process no na nka Benfica betumi ahye but no na taking moment edu Real Madrid de no so no transitions mienu or the asset 2 goals where he Benfica free and the man Real Madrid who ye in the Champions League no o show mo ball na tactically you can see they are flawed mistakes bebrebe wom but those moments no the character na create him no and the more mu de bia mutumi ekwo manim in the Champions League so paso say Real Madrid da tactically so outclass ni bebre no hwe ni mu say omunyo mu moments no emfanse ye mo Benfica for abaso for putting out that display ni mo Real Madrid for abaso for say omotumi qualify akwa the next stage of the Champions League baby aduru no and a boss player Eden a hona a mema no etapi into be head there ebetumi asi e wo draw ni nyambo watch na boss player.
Okay, now and the matches no Europe no between my predictions be ana
boss player me hwem say me hwem sisi dia
and shed and is me person me nya 1 or 2 bi say sa na be kwa
Stuttgart Celtic no Stuttgart Besache
Studio Beshe Celtic
Besache Celtic Forest ne Fenerbahce Forest Besache Fenerbahce Celta Beshe PAOK Genk ne Dynamo no was play over 1.5 ebe Ferencvaros ne Ludogorets mema Ludogorets draw away Lille ne Crvena Zvezda no mema Lille draw away although say first leg no na Eden Edemom into Stuttgart Beshe Forest Ebeshe Celta Ebeshe Bologna draw home against Team Friend Brand Genk Dynamo over 1.5 and also Ludogorets draw away Lille so was play a draw away.
Okay. Well, Governor, Madam Siebefie na yabe said the Fisem City Enra in Tanzania and I jono Angel Fralight so on cry Kofi Uzujeri and Mickey Junior to Chenkomo Ghana striker friend say Jonathan Sowa as is old when a Dar es Salaam in Tanzania asem kesia a sen kom say and it's a club friend Simba a bribery allegation kesia atwa brantie so say waje bribe ama enkramin say kan say omo asaki so akra from camp onim so omo dodoma enra ma game no and tipenkon na omo prepare na nkoma bo derby kesia ni in Zanzibar over the weekend na sa game no na so wa entimi mobi say club president ne pese ohia Yesowa ene mpanimfo na afei omezo mbe terminate abrante no contract asem kese pa na SC in Tanzania about Ghana striker Jonathan Sowa ene ye de honsem no ebeba Sowa asem ya SC wo Tanzania ye behwe na ye di hon komo kakra ene other stories are eba etima afidie no na habediafo no chance ya no na yakom na afei ye de honsem no ede amamo ewo ejumadi nso edintintima ye pa se say nyade a da from say player we a professional player club betimi akaso akwaje bribe enti enei ye be se terminate contract na ye ja kwan ma woko na se nyade a ye didi agroma na ye kura ni biri se me ye pa boy ni nya happy at all ewo Tanzania krom ho ama se say pie kura esi so wa pie na aye den because fans ni huna na omo keke kan se wo akwaje bribe wo akwaje bribe eni nsem pi so wan so si ade no onye eti ehin na sansem we fira omo de to abrantia your friend say Jonathan Sowa so sansem no say the maka no ye di akire endo ankomo kakra koso Mickey Junior ene Kofi Usu didi ho nkomo a ye hwe say ye betimi atietie kakra na ye nya Sowa nso ani Sowa ebetwetwe nkomo magwa akwaba
yes don sama waje so pa
yentio
right don madam say any akonya ina fe kakra ensa kan no pay no ya ma Ghana for enso asonate na ye sha se fan free FIFA asuye sanse enra FIFA president Gianni Infantino papa no e di 10 years e FIFA honomo na o se ni 10 years na wadi no so sha amanya FIFA no omuwo nyina oman ba ko a o improve pa o 10 years na ono wadi no a oman ba ko o improve pa no ayo oman Ghana ene Gianni Infantino a ɔde saa nsɛm yi aba abɔnten anɔpɛ where the way a ɛfefoɔ no ɛbɔ ho se ɛne ade a nyasam ketewa koraa Infantino say wɔhwɛ infrastructure boost paa ɛwɔ Ghana yɛ soccer center hɔ ɛna afei women football the way a AC improve ɛwɔ Ghana ha ɛna afei World Cup nso a ya qualify back to back no a Infantino say ohun say Ghana improve pa ama no pay owura keto kraku ede ehun na se kra akoma Infantino no pay just owura ket agina camera nim a wadi nkomo say obo Infantino abaso yie pa obo na abaso say enoma ebetimi akoso ede ama Ghana na opani no say na niaje sanse Infantino atre say opese football tumpon and on far Africa so eniagro enti yebetime tie owura ket okraku anopain some of that tuja after say Gianni Infantino and so can Ghana who sem efa said the football is developing on 10 years on us ready.
A lot of people call you president. I prefer to call you brother because you're a true human being. You're a brother who cares, a brother who shares your exciting moments with us. A brother who is concerned about our problems, somebody who is truly special to the Ghanaian game. Under your leadership, the Ghanaian football has made lots of
all right, Yantua Soda, Yamfaka Crasso, and Twa Sodia, make us a Black Queens of Ghana, and so Dubai, Yakacha say, and Tebiana Women Afcon, and so Ebaso, and the Black Queens, Eguso mo prepare, na Pink Ladies Cup, no, and also Adia, Ebekoso Honomo, Black Queens, any Hong Kong, Ebebo, Omuni Russia, Tanzania, so hobby, Amunina, any Black Queens, Ebeshia, and pay your check Omu training hono, not just a physicals, no, Omo Jim Ho, I just say, Omo ya physicals, no, Sadebeya, Wamu Pomu, no Omu Enfe, Ebeya. Pa edia bossa Pink Ladies Cup no na omodia ko wura Women Afcon proper and also because Morocco no ntina and also ye de ekoso a Ghana for betima hye ne so ede amayen ewo ho away from that no yakọ pram so a CAF license A coaching course no and also koso pa CAF license A coaching course no ekoso na Prof Minta or instructors ne bako Professor Joseph Minta say esa program we dey time na aba ne ye pa na omo targete coaches a omo kuta national teams no se be ya ebetimi aboa omo na omo tima handle national teams na bra omo nim de ebetum pompa.
So this has come at the right time to build their capacity and to enable them to be able to occupy the highest position in terms of our coaching levels. So those international teams were the focus first, so that they can, meet the requirement in order to meet the CAF demands and requirements.
Okay, Professor Minta, and now hotel and canonti make us a coaches nuguswa one more ebe one more on Facebook na so me who coach Sandra acheze and as some get talk or Ben Hamza munina eguso ben one more John Painter Juan Juman mo Gordon Trump munina like Kensi munina ben one more and as some get Hamza Mohammed I Hamza Mohammed former midfielder so Koswo ho said the coaches no ebenyanim dia Ghana under 17 and so prepare and China under 17 AFCON and also Ebaso. In fact, this year, April, and Ebaso date, 25th of April, na under 17 AFCON, no, Ebaso Ghana, and so qualify under coach Prosper Nate Ogum, and no team, no, able 2 friendly matches, or more any a Trump divisa, eboye, almost a Trump boys, no 2-1, and after omni golden kick, and so boy, but golden kick, as Black Starlets, a come, Starlets boys, no, a team with Ebaku, no, so preparations are under 17 for no, and so a call AFCON, Makahu dates, no, and they are dada. Now, boy weekend Ghana Premier League no matches the tiane say Kasepa no ebekoso bibiani abra Gold Stars team no be host to Hearts of Folk. Now the magada chese Vincent Atinga match no ontimi emobi ema Gold Stars esan say me papa da form na abusuan tenance no data omo de ye no share no aye weekend ya to Gold Stars for na man kwan say onkwan ni papa yi say de be ya ono so na sumba dwo no into weekend big game at Gold Stars ebo against Hearts of Folk no enya dia experienced centre back Vincent Atinga obetimi abobi ediama Gold Stars team no. And talking about Ghana League no, nyamebo achina 11 Wonders any nations and ebebo na fe nyamebo Sunday other games ni na etimi abaso yenim se kotoko ebo Kumase against Vision FC na leaders Midiema ekoso adru akosia All Blacks team no. Dreams FC ebetina fie aboaduana na Basake any Heart of Lions e dey so Hoho United any Samatters any o date Hoho na fe Brekum Chelsea atwen Young Apostles honomo makacho say Gold Stars any Hearts of Folk when so Sunday ebaso na fe Bechem United any Karela and also a Fisher Bakwa ebetimi abaso this weekend Ghana Premier League no emo odu ni chrem Baba Yara Stadium se sia nyasam ketu akra 2026 Ashanti Region Interschools Superzonals no koso den na enra ene hyase ene koso nyame bo achina ena ombe wie kra yenim se we defending champions no boys no Prempeh College and afi girls no so St. Louis enti eno ye de koso na enra ebesi eneyi records ahyase brekipa hit no ahyase koso no no okọ Prempeh College abrantie bi din ade Kusi Apia Bossman our 400 meters hurdles no abrantie no atimi arane a new timer enya ketwa we running 51.88 seconds and our 400 meters hurdles no in fact our intercono or breaking record our 52.17 na our superzonals no why 51.88 abrantie Kusi Apia Bossman our Prempeh College and also airborne homodin pa they got 200 meters boys no abrantie David Ofori aka Lincoln our Prempeh College David Ofori were 2 Americano 20.77 seconds at the winning 200 meters no hit na and where course no achese enyeketwa our intercono na abrantie bia o supercars your friend Benjamin Boache up to 20.83 at the aye record no but make us say Suzono hits no kra no Prempeh abrantie David Ofori aka Lincoln were 20.77 and also at the airborne homode and after your call aye girls no 4x1 girls no 4x1 no T.I. Amas Kumase omo quartet no enso timi omo ye new record enya sam ketokra na osha omo ye 46.32 seconds 46.32 seconds and also man for the ball girls no abasu ye pa uhemu na chese Aisha Jafar eka ho Kezia Oforiwa Fulera Sulemana ana Adelaide Fusuya omo any quartet omo so the T.I. Amas girls no air record Baba Yara Stadium ni nyina ho nkomo no and also e koso don ano pe odaro makakra ya ma yemfa njaw na fe yentoa first half ne so emfa free aha.
Well, Marco, I am say no local desk no mobile a voice ya mame Atinga ne Kofi Usu Jonathan Sowa story no on enra Kofi Usu mudi ho nkomo Angel me hear voices no na me dia adwuma BCC etino Westgate muma mensanka na yenhwe the way city Vincent Atinga papa ye no said na ma okoka no o panyi Kofi Nduru yes opanyi Kofi Nduru Vinicius de ne beto so Atinga beko na afi akugya papa kwan kra na yehu the way a ebesi akọ no ekoso wo Krachi East Rubio Hefeno Sramanai ho na Vincent Atinga papa no ebekoso Atinga yetawachi ntimia makra na obeti enka solid defender highly underrated wo ye league nim ti Vincent Atinga nyamenka ho abra wo kwakoyo papa yes ti Atinga I don't know until obeme say weekend we go stars game no on team mobi ejo de na boko de
nika se nyame adom me hoye pa me giri se anope so mo mutie dom omso hoye na anope na
enra oti so wa issue
Jonathan Sowa nyame no kwadom me kase my follow story ni nyina na me twan 20 said e wo kase anope wo person ka wo bo voice na nanka mate bribery allegation bi but I want to be able to listen to the voice so that betimi ehu de don the woman yi say Nsemba community bi ekoso that is Tanzania na mejiri say once I will to turn your idea we will be able to get the full story so that nkyeremu bi ne nneɛma bu ɛsɛ ɔde to dwa wɔtumi de ato dwa na dɔn yɛ de ho nkɔmmɔ ɛna anɔpɛ nti menim sɛ bia wobɛkɔ aba anaasɛ deɛ meɛni nkɔmmɔ kakra.
Yes, me contacti so asisi a but onye ready sɛ ɔbɛkasa but
okay
ɛno Mickey Junior akyerɛkyerɛ no mam ɛwɔ Kofi Owusu show no so wɔ Angel Accra nti sɛ nkurɔfoɔ no pɛ sɛ ɔmo terminating a contract
Sembafoɔ no asɛm na wɔkɛ
Semba ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo terminating a contract ɔmo so wagye bribe nti ɔmo yi ne free camp ɛma ɔmo game ɔmo bɔ ɛnura akora wɔ amobi
okay
weekend in so more ball against Yanga. A big game pa. And so nyade a obetimi abobi.
Okay.
On beso mu share ne management no terminating the contract. Number see T voices no. Me hwe kwa be fa so be ntio.
Well, I don't before I would sa sorry but I think say nyume wa hanti sa anye sisi akwa na nyame adma chance won kan na se di won bia nyume no. Ebetimi edi won komo na ready we nyume city. No, Ghana Premier League, so far I would say it has not been bad. We're based on teams in the performance or more than a D. And as I rightly said the other time, for the past 3 seasons, Ghana Premier League winners nephew Western Region and Abba. It started with Mediama, Samates, Eremu, and Ababian Gold Stars. Now, over this time around, the first if you Western Region, which is Mediama, I'm gonna that first. Club from Baby and Go Stars, and that second. Almost say one no free. Now, I mean, what are they doing right? They are no more year. Am I recent years? I got a winners ring in if you more neighbor. And there's one thing done. Yeli boy club as a Kaumbiano to Tony Omaya, especially when it comes to paying players their monthly salary, bonuses, the welfare of players. Senyoma Koya, when these players are on the field of player, Omukomo, Nomusia Kaina, Domusia Kaini, because Obere Baby and Go Stars are because of the mining, no. Men Kasebia, Akatuo Bua Bruchina, what year, our year player on a nubi, and our club, Baby and Go Stars players, edge. But I can also tell you, that what the 2 players, Nibi, and the clubs in me, Akatuo Mutiama, on players no Ghana, you will say, Baby and Go Stars at the NT. When these players are on the field of player, you can say same for club I don't have from media maso. Takwa foi meka go fields for you. And so support to me. You want a day in day out, almost a money kwane koso. But apart from that, I think that they are also getting these young chaps early. Now I'm try to put them into their first 1 or 2 years. Then so much 20. That is what I think they are doing well. Depending on the game, and Adma, 2 teams in there, Baku Kwawi, Baku Bohom, or Swedro Oblast Adon, Samuel Amino Kase. Omun ye, I say, Kase, teams have you avoid relegation. Ubet me, you my entirely. It's woman, they are battling relegation. Again, they are playing against the team. On the way, and Musadon League, no bet me. So it's a 1 game about so a weekend we and over the year pa House of Folk after that wonderful win they had against Kotoko. Omuremu against Brekum Chelsea. But they still believe said on your points gap between Omone the other first and now Omukran the other second. And your points are not as and we've seen that they have been able to gather a lot of points away. Owe league log now, Ope Timba Aqua. In terms of away games, when your points for House of Folk, Donna County. Almost against Baby and Go Stars, no. Again, backward on nobody. And done. Ever since Baby and Go Stars, ever the Ghana Premier League, our Baby and almost House of Folk that 3 games in now don't about draw. They are yet to win a game against House of Folk, our Baby any. So coming Sunday, a game a between these 2 clubs. A game any of them. We have Baby and Go Stars who win it. Maybe a team from Media lose pointer. What close to Gabno. And Kwesa. Na media masu win na bia ulusua was strength was stretching gap no between no until a dicey game that we are about to watch Nyame this weekend between these 2 clubs omo nyina free Western Region until one of the games I don't many be kon not married but Marco Stoyo can say Infantino at the 10 years na Infantino akase ore country ba kwa within the 10 years omo born more than pa Ghana aka wono Infantino ye broni ba o mami hu ni so ye broni papa sa don man now that TV is Infantino no oya me hu say as obi na damfa etidi ampa na man ka Ghana ye boy homaden ade is it about infrastructure? Is it about our local league? Is it about youth system? Talking about national teams. And the problem in Pan and Ketokreku, yen administration yeah. I'm upon the Kase. All per countries are within 10 years. On more than Pagana and Edikai. I didn't know. What does he see? Now no one can say the Morocco for this Roman Kase. Because we are not seeing anything at this current administration. Hey, yet to Cromwell support our stadium. Oh, under this administration. Yet to Cromwell, clubs are struggling to pay players. Yet to Cromwell, don't. League over fire. We are still not having a headline sponsor for our league. Our clubs continue to go to Africa and they struggle. Our national teams keep on sinking. So when you come and you tell us, a country, all born home then, and we will take you over 10 years, no, Ghana. Now, be Jesus Infantino as always say, I'm going to say your account, Madame Fu, and a cat in tea. But as Ghanaians are to Cromwell, and you have a football day, fear, and maybe a bedroom. Don't. I will never say secret to Critical administration is better than Kwasinya Techidiano. Although Senator Kwasinya Techi, I want the lapses. But no one can convince me and tell me, say, this current administration, I papa, than Kwasinya Techidian. And he, Openi, where do 10 years are? Kwaswana Juani, but yeah, to Cromwell, and the way football is being run, we are not happy. And we are not happy at all. So, don't come and tell us what you are telling. I make it as mana as a worker trend because your problem. Our football, a ekofum. Be bien wadon, papa, a country, a do baby bear for yet semi-final, about 4 times on a row, playing the final about 2 times. Now, yet qualify for AFCON. And you come and you tell us, over 10 years in Ghana, open country, the football ne kosra, Ghana dia, na me say Infantino, one kind of credit, answer Ghana for. Ya the administration way there. Okay. Ya miere ne kwadon, cat the idea. Oh, you woman and some by woman enkwe kra, cat medikai. Me say Infantino, you are the wrong. A brief is now there. Briefing now go for the bound. I think so mama briefing Papa Don Sama.
Well, Madam Chudi, Nana Mami has met me at here. We make you report from Tanzania.
Mami Musa, at the NSA or Tanzania, F. Jonathan Sowa, and then who saw team no a league game or mobile goalless draw. One could be now at the NSA and allegation bay and on the Atunisi.
Yo, see, I'm I'm say club chairman, I'm friend Magori, and our friend Sowa, say Sowa no G bribe. There before mobile young Africans, no mobile see Ginda Black Stars. And I own said not before Sowa and Subeba Simba, no was see Ginda Black Stars. So it is any former club and a club near Mukoshai. Nti chairman now accusing say Okoji bribe Skebi war. So I had 2 teams in honor. Time or Muhian say also performing at the highest level. No, I said the performance not drop it. And now or ball game so I'm putting enough effort into saying a accusation or media tone so into currently in the spread power Tanzania say Ghana player or media or in fact almost say or is capan or record so or sigin dabai and now media accusation we are to so say Okoji Ska allegedly according to our chairman or fresh so in 1-on-1 and or catcher and say this into yes I know. And let's say a mobile game or Dodoma, or Dodoma Gigi or mobile 0-0. Not so one camp, a cat team, no, but almost a man suspended, until or match a flight ticket, Eddie Amano, about back to Dar es Salaam. Until they gave no boy and say, no, he wasn't part of the squad.
Yeah. Nti umoja Jonathan Sowa kwa umoja na free umu yini free camp ama na free baby a team no one enra match no omo ball draw when timi amobi to see wa back to Dar es Salaam yen senti we nso
and allegation we a serious allegation say yeah accuse you say wakwaje bribe e dey free a club opponent wa a very serious and no o carry no a stake because news way a travel now obi say a player Jonathan Sowa saying out here be how carry no pa odo aso toto form na say when ya kwanya ni Jonathan so di nkomo na ono so ne reaction say na so odo aso toto form no say na tie
already no before no na me aware because Joe no bibi so no bibi ebcbia no obo me mind amane and the same as the agents no so agents be over UK on in the bibia obeko no no ye contract bibia man nti assembly see no mo frame me no mo amane so I thought say just one of sign maybe you know say club and we near one of those talks are chairman for the president for no but in fact before this weekend in Abeba going to this week no na sem no apeja no power Tanzania omo media for ni radio ni you know esta omo TV for ni started trotro no mu kan no mu onti in fact abeji hanom nyina sese I me no kasakra me am Tanzania but me wada second largest city Mwanza to me need Dar es Salaam to me call NBA in the coming days me am call me so an the park would come 101 because club no say person opening a meeting no terminating the contract no and also an so say Debbie he's not ready to have a meeting with them without the presence of need or any agents any lawyers because more need Tanzania was a Makacha was a one agent no or UK and a lawyer back on so Ghana and he has informed the club say without any lawyer any agents no there he's not ready to discuss with them and currently so I know they already were confirming me say and there to me so but he has no idea of it on every obi a professional player must say scarcely diabeton mama ni apartment or mama ni car bibia or any family bibia you okay I didn't know best family akoji bribe even me say omo accusing to the extent omo did that 50% of his salary.
Oh yes
I just say yeah omo
na me dan say mama last one
imame mbusa we say a club edisika kese we aba beto na wo ka se ne omo ma provide the amount say they are the be ho beto no na obetumi abo game no the ama omo now all of a sudden the club president no attorney aba accuse you say who ne say sika na omo de to no any sika omutiama no mu say enye obae no nye say ho adwuma no omo oye nti omo pekwan bi so na omo terminate the contract na nti no makofa saa de we ede ababeto no so nana
on say and also account and one of the facts but already so I know Tanzania no before no was Siginda and the Mekacha was in the former club no I correct to say they have this on say so I know I'm sure say baby of free Ghana me I don't really know so much of a funny background but on say I'm sure say Ghana for no like I'm not saying in a bad way but on say those areas be quite aggressive kakra into so one or no bobo now this are any dino I hope so I get it correct sign the dino or the bobo no sometimes no quite aggressive on the ball into on your red card be come as again no boy younger or cup final I'm say last season so koto no buy into from man red card machine so when he was going out yes I'm gestures be at the chair referee for any fans so from one no or matter again say or a player or you're indiscipline and see when you buy how much the tone so say yeah this car beto have you buy a game to me ball go my to me and a performance now you and say beto no you are not showing it and see on say club most of these big clubs it's purely politics and see this current chairman no buy and as a president no buy he wasn't the one who bought him. And you no signing into no so buy or pekwan or so the obey nefro no so akotoni diaba so that in the way no money omukaka actually in say na I big way I affect no and a season so start here me so one catch him say onya yi e woni family but club no try ticket man say Umbra Tanzania no go for pre-season no. When to me Alpha club ticket number, he missed the flight. Until later no explain more say oh 1 year into say the club was almost to be almost say until almost year ni bibi every year. After almost be say on provide the evidence. Say or that say oh picture na video away you know from breche no answer on virginity. Until from all no according to say there is a big mistrust from SOA side and the current chairman of the club, IFN Magori. See, all no problems in start here. From there, or missing the flight. Into all the call crown or no so one agents any try ticket for a man because of red club no move, you know. And a preseason starting a coach in the coach into the agents no any try ticket man so and no the call Tanzania because so I can so we ye on your ye into almost say or trying to he has to provide evidence. Answer or made or imagine the problem in the United started from before preseason. And all by any no, according to say same or moon trusting or see or so akoji bribe or I say no moody that in the salary or mass or spending or my permanent free camp. We say weekend way Sunday or moon bomb biggest derby, Yanga ni Simba. That was Zanzibar. Key players say it is so and they gave me say no moon strike or Beshego or to Dar es Salaam or yet Instagram live. Also did your love or camp and go deal with the and say until all we is trying to destroy the image of the player. And see son America na penifo no muba obi apekwan of no the player beba. Into this chairman Angasa he wasn't in support of before no can board no. Now he wasn't in support of SOA. Yes, I don't know much news in the mom media for TV4 say no more they say you Ghana striker.
Okay. Eti sanete Ponja enti
Don asemia moto me kakra na utie no one side ebia obefili ama the Ghanaian striker because ha drink kakra say obi a on the form don na ahead of big game wo kromo ho na nka ohwe ni muso obetimi abobi no agene din bibi ha drink kakra bananka meeting interview no don na minim say Brad beso so say omoka say provide pictures of a year no and kabia who provide na omo entinase but them say oka say omoka say provide pictures of a year don't him say institutions say wa ha nyina most of times oka say obi bia wu a ade ayeta didi pictures ne this posters ne sa ne o man dey one of those things inti me expect say a year bi ba so sa na e ma club na nkasa take it no when to me and you so don't I think it will be very easy for you to provide pictures of your family and answer pictures of a year a course but as and when you whether there was a year or whatever it is but baby I drink a crana a bribe situation now don't me tremor my junior me say is it because omo mpe boy no because of sikana or can say huge which I don't know the amount but all confirm say huge and when Jumano so one to me yes said that be out to your players no for and now say what really is the cause because any man be so ntimi nya ho adwuma no dia enkrofobe start anwinwi the supporters will start calling on them and penifo say sika kakaka we mo de koto player ikra no oba na wontimi mo among other things and especially the former teams who on the bono mo expect so much from him now according to president chairman wo mo kire mu say don't time match no and I went to me money ade ensem bebre obi so betimi ahwe ne say yes deductions are reporter and I do interview no don oye no ono so kire mu say e bia na e kamia say opanyin na waba foforo no it is normally coaches do that say one person e bia o person opam no no ko fa ne player bi ba ne ade a don e do ba bia wontimi convince supporters no because e bia wo kan match a wo bo no boy ni kire mo a key player in the team it want to convince ade a akwaje bribe into bribe body the two so everybody will rise against you. But I think the management and the agents of SOA they should fight hard. Say the Nako Fijari Canadon. Bribe the two so a camia say and do carriano. Yet dentino because any the papa said game no ufisa obo and the SOA has many years so travel con him and the strikers cried more than then now who say what Jessica be ahead of a game I don't not just a born who we born no and now many people was a Jessica be sadia. Na me Jessica do post you me di wie mabrabo. Other than that, born who so bo. And exactly as
ono so ka se o ka kire no club no providing ni bibia to a level of sika car apartment among others then na be ma wakwaje bribe ni ade eti asem na twitwuma so na me nya ntie mu nyina nwie don kamia say me ya hu ne say club president na empeso wa no that one I can establish from a layman point of view per interview na omo can because bribe just some there bibia until it is well established no don because what can say allegation mean to mean can say so what bribe when no strategy bribe because I don't do about matches no be brain na amamo na bibia tisa and son a change of president and bibi sa akra no eba it these are things I na high drink akra I know I understand say some of the players sometimes don't know me involve themselves into that but no crown without evidence no don't ya na ho asem ka no bibi kakra nti I'm hoping say the agent and the management and the bem na omni club no betra say na de wo mu bia no so aka me ahu I think the boy also move on the right direction say club no so omo pese omo no nko asia mo ni me sia na do mo buku me so a asem yi ma no ba bia enye na waka to say the boy has accepted so waje bribe nti a cancel contract whether mutually or whatever no emwa say lawyer ba management ba the agent ba don't and someone who can be or no so I know say the basic law kakra say the lawyer will definitely provide for evidence on kind of sakeke into wono as club president na who kasano want me and provide the evidence not just also boy and a say or send a career they can also take you on into the game na quiet what one day done that comes with evidence prove it na boy no say it is I am Rahan Yemeshemuno back. Sentence answer. I mean, they can also sit there and Ghanaian fine striker like this. Now, Gunanimasi. Inti Daisy Kakra. But I think Odiwe Nabano, time and development, the true nature of what is happening done.
Now, will be a senior bribe. Because bribe now, they are to send no crane FIFA. Say, as some can say.
I understand. Don't
have so Susibia. What ton aboard then? I said, "Be on Timinia Jumanema, send your bribeness or the tunnels."
I understand. I agree with you. A big crowd done. Ubetimili team in Atanasi. No more review performance. It's in a clubs in the sign performance contract. No, send so near. It's about more trasy. Send an ambassador to me could do by me by, and I needed a striker who do more than this. Enti Yanko Mutua. Yet Triasi amount. Me just say, come on, no Biaconechi. Why not a super ball, no bubble? But so what entesa now the idea we to so at the career no went to me I establish a fact that's why I'm saying say boy ni nyansa say the agent and the lawyers no emrem they will take the team on and that one compensation don't say my beba mu no e be a club president ko benu no dan say wo yes ade we no enti a situation before say club no so we and yes, we are president in Tempano, Marcelia media, maybe I'm good animasi. So they do baby no when you are the adult. Assemble a kafam from a moi. We want no baby and ye. And none of that lumba the boy, you say baby, ya Sammy Kodruno, Yan Sammy Kodruo, a question now so the basse crana, still a year you may be no hammy. Because bribe there. If in small teams crano, MFR because they see you as player at Jumboni Wood team. I happen to Ghana players baby don't know carry an ear basa. I think the management and the agent of SOA said you also Orlando, no. The Oyebia, Onya same way, Onya the Oyebia no matter same way so. Now I'm 5 years and 2 years. Sentesa, I'm take club no on because we're good and say what different no. And the banasa Mwabo and the career. Sentesa answer no so establish na one baby or the player no don't know the befa.
Okay. No.
Na me wo voice Audi kan boy kakra. Na Infantino ma me man happy 10 years anniversary. Oluma wa ya de. Eba football na wa ye no no sector world de na wa ya de pa but na ya odi kakra na asem no mo kan. Wo de wo kan wa asem ne abeka bia ma wo de link Ghana say yete Ghana e ne fra. Ye journalist. Da bia de ekoso ne yehunu. Ade na wo ye sa. Enti wo se Africa ha nyina don wo hunu 10 years a ekoi when adia Mali ayo omukromo when it talks about football development Ghana a friend say center of excellence kakra ya obehu ye ya to abama untie no ano no kwhwe Mali don proper development youth development infrastructures among others Morocco and the tournament bia e ho na ye pese yakobo no adentia because of the proper infrastructures near there e koso it Infantino say yanya back to back World Cup qualification and unti na ade kasa don na say Morocco musunya back to back no omudi omo call mani mu asa akodi semi final what is he talking about below bet say wonya ma Ghana ha omra pro say Keto Kreku ba 2019 now he's almost 7 years now. Don't look at say a dear pa your friend say ebia pitch stadium whatever be no fan sense to say me press on a true football FIFA me yeah ebia want to mean be papa be fan tre ya pitch see since don ya host 2008 Aya AFCON that be na ya kura betimi abo ya homode say ya pre say be host to game because that stadium 9 ya maintain and ya be kura kan ho enti am say the true picture no enya no na ya ka kere no and I'm going to say, Bobo, we will Legon. Near to pictures, FIFA president. That is all about Ghana. Debbie. On San Homrane, then yes, and Yoma, and Yoma, and Nakwem, and Yoma, yet, Sani, because there has not been any development. That is why almost all the times, all right, HOD crack quality say, clubs in a Bobono, your Premier League, enter some rabbit 12. Edientia, lack of infrastructure. See, can't somebody be back. Walk up I ko mfaso ba bisa ne say walk up o mama iska no ye kwa ekodi ni nyino emfa bi meto it what is he talking about onya na mfosam no na ne 10 years ne de ye twa ye ni a ye betumi ehunu say wabomoden ka ye no say ka tokreku e develop Ghana women football don me bomb nsem de ma no da bia me tra ha me ka but other things or the keke ka ho de I mean the likes of Senegal, Mali and Morocco, no Egypt mo and your mom ye no untimi kan chem say Ghana ne within your 10 years wona we develop pa is below bet kra don
Nani enti
no and on story now we kan ho adwuma no on Jonathan Sowa story no me tie sama Mickey kan nyina no me fa no ma 2 penny free mo Mickey ka about discipline Jonathan Sowa say o ma tatene so mu ade and almost had a bribe issue no so but first one I will come about discipline no don't Jonathan sometimes no what we need bia no what we need Jonathan bia nim how it here yes about discipline but it's about the attitude on teams your bebo bia oko mediama takwa kubusa Jonathan sia yes so in discipline but I say or that akomano or that suban with feel so a big player so big player so a big normal and sadly cause me kai omo friend one of the collabs or blaster and sa no be omo friend no ebia players emla training on time one on time ebe final most of times na yeta etete no or blaster obi onim blaster nya they make onim blaster omo friend no at times lateness ni na mutimi tete no so sa no man no be a Jonathan ewonimu ba untimi enyim free ne performance onya de because your players be wa don Omusubain to say Balotelli in him say ni subai be off the field no maybe obey but on the field be deliver the amount Mancini be catch say once upon a time team no no on manage situations so don't play be any wo Musubain na pay on that score but to say waje bribe no don't no me maintain no be ase wa ha because Jonathan me nim no e o Ghana ha say there so be ko fed akwa sad in the don me doubt kakra and say pay player any kwasa wo de bibi tag no say waje bribe enu nti no wo gina so na contract termination ma terminate don me hear sika me to Jonathan Sowa eba Simba na $400,000 per report as see am say kan no during the summer so omufu say omato play aboden and obaye no performance omo so muhu e Simba no omo san kasa performance no so omo pe kwa bia so no ma painting the black to make sure say omo yina fiti ni ma obeba so okay we no koye ye until omo yina fiti minim do I believe say women can't tinting or management or lawyers omo taking on because so utimi ko na cast utimi yo asemi ye de ko cast no manya evidence bi a chere say Simba benya I mean e bi a chere say bi a ayampa say Jonathan Sowa no omo pictorial evidence say wakwaje bribe anase bi a nkomo bi a call so through ebia I mean phone calls ebia omo ye more that evidence say ampa Sowa and a kwaje bribe no ema sanoma we nyina call so a don we de kwa case ya we a fine case because Simba kra no in case I call case na bibia ba na so na Sowa no sign don me sure say we is ka Jonathan kra na ball kra mu boni biem so me sure say umpe player bia we de sa aden beto no so na a painting black enei se Simba na si owo na mo mpe no na mo trans mutually mutual contract ni ma e bia be ko different club me kwa fa no but o decide we to no so a don e me player na kra ni din kra sai and again ofi media ma ko outside no when ya konya ekọ a lot of clubs e were outside e bia nko fi Simba yi obenya different club akokosi aka mo team no but o de we to no so a e be ma club bia ko fa wa do be hu se bia okura no say na wote ansana ye kwakofo aba do believe say bad news on the part of ye Ghana for a players and outside akwakosi akan that particular crew no Simba Nessa because do me can say one player be now or as good Morrison be no as good or I mean Tanzania or a lot of clubs so many years Simba Yanga always then it didn't air fly so akwa we nyina bando me feel say enya dia a good news me as a Ghanaian me tell no don enya dia good news cry mon pai say ombenya the good lawyers no ma proceed issue no na de ho bia don eno tima ba don ketu abi na me de si me nya je hawa coaches na nia abrese o me say o mo fedom education o mo coaching na yido mo ateki no and me sure say one coach aka me person ka me hunu wom the pressure man mo kwadanfo former Santo Kotoko Nations FC Johnson Smith because don't where one coach here me admire yipa and come person can di bebam say Smith coach so mu koinanka ni din ka ho don't be kai tama Kotoko na nampon sa tama omo ko Africa omo ultimately enva team na because of Nenkrata and ekofa Gazali ne bai after Gazali Portugal coach yo by Barato so be take over omantimanye league no sa season pe ka say nkono pone di animu anka maybe kombaje league no don Joseph Smith one of the coaches here omuni madjuma say practically omo good but nkata na me for me as all lucky and me hu dina babon tan me hwese me hu ni din wom because na say clock of take Basically Stars hwajuma we the Basically Stars Nations FC kanya nkata ka maybe kona kede juma no crime man before say kofa Kasimengo de Free Betting United and then about team FNO I mean Nations FC and ya say dinner pop up no makoye omo fedom education no man who the pressure man womb but hopefully ebiana one day obe feda because don me pe coaches here omo adwuma on the field say practically omo ye bibi e was asene so nya about book mu obi a good book mu but don omo the team on team nya hwe about book we excellent. So many adi how our coaches omo feda but omo feda we are omo ehu omo nsa no e team so me fa no so say we coach what feda education lances what's you there more ba be fa kotoko be fa has ya yehu be bia sonku bia wo de ka team no ho do na ya so ye mon pa say hwelo mu su ade no omo fa me boa e players no any clubs no na football don sama intimi konkan
mago
yeah don sama
yeah we na minim say dunwe.
All right, don't medal sine na se amaboafo na wo mu aka na afi ya to aso de free ho. Ya fa na se Emma Chris Pure Herbal Clinic. Chris Pure Herbal etachire ana so ne eba se ya de wa hodo so ha wadwen e bi typhoid fever, gonorrhea, syphilis, ulcer, prostate cancer, diabetes and infertility, manpower treatments ni nyina no okọ Chris Pure Herbal o mehwe na o masiesie o mo se yade no e bi eye hunamani and e bi so honhum mu. Nti eba se honhum mu yade ene ha wo kra no a wo de ba Chris Pure Herbal Clinic a show now almost say business protection, marriage fulfillment, spiritual scanning, self-protection, personal favor, traveling problems, and spiritual diseases in ano with the Chris Pure Herbal show. Omacha kwen ewo Swami Anomanye, omani government school park no NA opposite. Obetima frɛ omo ewo 0243 609313 and I say 0541 848722. Now the Chris Pure Herbal Edin Komo. Lord G Ventures and Engineering etayechi. Lord G Ventures sebra nebeje eye washing machine ope biato on sabeka open Nasco air condition comfy inverter check inverter ope Pearl air condition any air condition bia home installation any maintenance inano Lord G Ventures and Engineering and so na ye ope car air condition installation any maintenance wajuma nyina Lord G Ventures and Engineering ho and was say oko na omo SSU omo kumase abrepo omo Ben Samad Hotel number ne 0244 864616 0244 864616 na Lord G Ventures and watch nkomo ahuto kenke e odwaso yes ahuto kenke ye kan form obia ice kenke a chese milk gumuno nyasam ketwa ana milk nanso enya dia fat wom e milk e cholesterol free a betimi aboa obia ye different varieties a ye woni je hu bia no obetimi ato FDA for asense say ice kenke we die Ghana obia mpebi ye vanilla ho ye wheat ho and ye choco peanut ni
nyina ice skincare ebeti mama oni age wo ye obi a wo ta ko gym na wo bo ahoto skincare eboa wo ama muscles no epiepie ntentempa ye kan form obi a ɛho so nya den kra wo tafo a wo kɔ goy crofrom total ho bi ho macro shell Chronom, Reliance Fuel Station, Patase, or Shell, Saks Pharmacy, Ewobi, Manshia, or Nick Petroleum, Post 1, or the Pojanshi ha, Honabinya, Ahuto Kenke, and now betting your fresh Ahumei, a 0549 001 0000, and I say 0504 132727. Now, Saka Ahuto Kenke Nibi. Yafana Sema, Asabet Travel and Tour, Asabet Travel and Tour, or say, Aquento, she saying, you know, so. Ogusu awoye waso beko Canada application no obaboa na waye say student visa and business visa work permit family visa oye ho adwuma o say UK oye ho adwuma work permit no family visa ni nyina obaye Australia o say ekoso Germany Italy Spain South Korea any amaya akabia pasa okono udu ani kire Asabet Travel and Tour ombaboa na omaye onkrata enso the amount o say Dubai Qatar Saudi Kuwait okra de bonus kra Asabet Kumasia Bantaman High Street so omone Atwemam Ponia Rural Bank no the same building mo and Accra omo La Paz omone My Bet Africa and the same building mo obetima friend Asabet Travel and Tour number ni 0246 603711 and I say 0242 895030 na Asabet Travel and Tour omo watching komo TK Buachi Electricals and your bona basopa ebase ope cables eda ya adwuma tropical cables and ye come for all sizes obey wiring obey installation bia and I say what's the sound cables this time no use tropical cables TK Buachi ediabano all sizes 1.5 2.5 open 4 6 and 10 16 krano on sabeka afi basa open light bia enso to obeko TK Buachi asuyeye o Kumase Adum Oben Malcolm our Prempeh 2nd Street neso obetima Fred TK Buachi 0244 015578 0244 015578 now ni TK Buachi enso atwenkomo Dynamite Detailing Solution etayechi ebase car no opese inside no uye ni ye usiesie car ni inside the part there Dynamite Detailing Solution and ye kan forma wo na uko no mo a ombehwe na car ni inside no usit no ne car no be bia fi obia no ombehoro car no inside no ama car na saba ye mono ye ka interior detailing there Dynamite omo na ye exterior cleaning omo ye engine steam cleaning and polishing and waxing nyina omo ye omo asafo omo ben Garden City Radio obetima frɛ Dynamite Detailing Solution our homane so 0558 597645 0558 597645 na omo watch nkomo Blessing Alata Samina odwaso fajore na hunam ne ntoso hunam ne sansan bia wani no ebeyiri nyina enso afiri ho Blessing Alata Samina wo hia pia frɛ 0246 995475 0246 995475 na Blessing Alata Samina wonsa enso aka ye na se Amati Company Limited omo na de Dimfonio Superfood abadwaso Dimfonio Superfood pebidi nebeboa o diabetes anase bia o pressure wasro cholesterol how hypertension any ade pebidi nebeboa papa eboa ama honama kwari nyina eya adwuma yie baabi atomato banso esiesie ne kama Dimfonio Superfood Amati Company ene de aba utimi kan se koko na wadi utimi so de Fred ani bia odi bia na wadi eno so yeye uhia pia obetima frɛ ana uhia nkyeremu pii so a o frɛ number ne so 0200 775144 0200 775144 na Dimfonio Superfood no one science what can be Kenny Rose Internet Solutions atayachi ope internet pa ayadwuma dia Kenny Rose and the come from a war say dedicated internet say home unlimited and now business unlimited internet no when Kenny Rose internet entering come about live video streaming and I say internet video surveillance about network management network security fani nyina koja Kenny Rose Internet Solutions omo Kumasi heya omo Ashtown Ecobank nenchen ho number ni ye 0208 282810 0208 282810 na Kenny Rose eno atwenkomo I travel assistant program for the World Cup 2026 omo say opese okọ World Cup ni bia ay simple pe internet ay stable na pe laptop na fresh ahoma iso 0548 316067 and I say plus 001 437 577 2310. Na onsa so aka omo no matwen komo na omo so atimi aboa Roman Father Adro ewo dwaso Father Martin Herbal Mixture wase wo obi a wa poso ye wo ya anase eba se enoma nkoye onompem eye wo ya oba bosome so a na fichiko e de ya wo ebrewa Father Martin Herbal Mixture ene kan fama wo Roman Father Kokodro eno so tu kokko ase papa ana afe Roman Father Bam no wase ahuntutuo no wa poso ya wo nyina no e wase wo de ye na ekọ ana Roman Father ointment no so ensansan bia eba hunani no wo hia Roman Father ointment no obetima frɛ no e wa homai so aye 0243 115948 and I say 0245 242619 now in Pennyfono and so atchen komo and some ketokra midima for herbal clinic Dr. Time da so was it for time ebe to ya dia so na watche na ja yaresa was say ya dia pi and hanipa na mom oba midima for herbal clinic what the time ebe to ya dia so Dr. Time da so na waja yaresa e dey free ho say stroke diabetes ya dia bia low sperm infertility sexual weakness prostate obako midima for herbal clinic o kumasi ha abuakwa agogo en wo abuakwa agogo obetima frɛ no 0244 774282 0244 774282 now ne midima for heba atwen komo Branic nitrogen air otemenka now the car enso enama I was so ko pompe Branic nitrogen air egu tai ni mu eno ena boa car tai pa ayem frama egu car tai ni mu a tai no enjo ana fe tai no so enya de hiti kra Branic nitrogen air nyame ncha de ebi abakumase ha nti drivers a modi car nam a motimenka sa bre nyina no obia nko e pompe sa nitrogen air ni bi enhu ne car ne tai no emu omachira kwan e wokumase Comfornoche meka G motre no opposite wa e wo bantama eho ena Branic nitrogen air no obenya bi ana frɛ homa ne so 0257 147329 0257 147329 now in Pennyfono and so atchen komo Lawson Herbal Center at the Delayman capsules abadwaso na Delayman capsules no eboapa ebo prostate ne ho ban amount amatimi junso ye wontimi nkompamu ye so a eboa ewo ho na afa ebose bema pure and I say premature ejaculation and a weak erection ni nyina Delayman capsules no aye ho adwuma enti pebi nepe Lawson law care mixture ni bi nefa memene eboa opa ema sa ha ni nyina enso efri ho Lawson Herbal Center that is anway aba edwaso obetima frɛ Dr. Lawson na twenkomo ewo 0242 133 577 and I say 0248 61 9999 now in Pennyfono and so atwen komo nti omunyina tayachi ana dwumodie no yede eba Mr. Du wadaroma mede bonito na yemfa nsori
makoma minna wasi me giri se kotoko asomdwe wo camp a sisi place ni nyina focus ye ne vision match ya bobano na de bebo mu ye nura ye nua na ye captain Samba ima medie no ne so mpanyimfo de ne megu akwan so a nyame yadoma ye beti nia ekobia na ayemi dese ubia supporters nsi ekọ radio so a yemma Samba so nti se yenyina yemane yakọ yeda supporters ase tinyame yadoma akwese da ye ne vision match no gate fee no ye 20 cedis 30 cedis and then 70 cedis the best man for some momodi no mra medical can say nyame yadoma mobile num ne fa ko yemfa se no nsia no table no nsi sai beba so ama ubia fi se wa ye kotoko supporter de wani baje enti e best se ubia momodi na yemra na park enye de kama mako migiri se anopa de kakra e wo hon.
Okay, nti yedi si ewa ha Vini mame mo officer bi abaso pa officer bi boy juma pa mame mo na abaso na ne dino eye Chief Superintendent Charles Nana Adeboaten Chief Superintendent Charles Nana Adeboaten oko Sunyane Central Prisons ono ene ye Chief Staff Officer ho ya o ye Chief Staff Officer na obo adwuma yie pa na make say abasobodi bi ebekoso Heroes of the Region Conference ekoso ewo Bono East edition no na make say aboni din say abasobodi no yebetimi abona baso nti make say obetimi ato abakra e dia mano o dialysis ya *714 *18 hash anasempo obo *920 *40 hash now enter nominee code no 3627. Now I enter number of votes I pay. Now if you want confirm with opinion all networks Juma and the Heroes of the Region Conference Basso Bruno East Chief Superintendent Charles Nana Adeboate ayabona baso yie pa me sure say baso bo we dey obetimi agye na bibia so etimi akoso no ana human resource manager of the year category no ehope na owonti yeah sorry and also your chief technician Mr. Joseph Ochre and na birthday yeah chief technician awasa brand ho ase asa bua de Mr. Ochre nyame nhyiraw osa dwene nipa ho just say Ochre nipa ho say nipa ho tere no na just say ne ho moa ohun de wonye Ochre nyame nhyiraw pa me Mr. Adu nyame nhyiraw Ochre
nya wo kan obi be ka say bia enya agro na video Ochre nyame nto nkwa ne moate nyame nhyiraw pa nyame nhyiraw.
Okay, breaking news with Ali Baba Dankambari anyumna mayensia Magavon Esia
96.1 Angel 96.1 Angel
1xBet ultimate doso na wudi so a yetua sika no tentem any day bia gudi ahodo bi ko 1xbet.com.gh website and app so use promo code GHDRAM never 300% welcome bonus and copim 5,500 Ghana cedis. Gambling when you true into trying wash ye mu enye ma wana wondi mfie du mwachi Gaming Commission agin kratu yatum.
Trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down.
You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. Insurance, your trustworthy friend. Insurance, your trustworthy friend.
Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
Looking for the perfect spot to dine and unwind? Visit Cedar Restaurant at 106 Ofori Kurugu Avenue in Shireso on Casa Adishia Insuo Road, where we serve the finest local and continental dishes to satisfy your cravings. Open from 12 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. on weekdays and 12 p.m. to midnight on weekends. Cedar is your go-to destination for great food and entertainment. Join us every Friday at 7 p.m. for karaoke. Spice up your Saturday evenings with games night